Hey guys, I am bringing you today this really easy, simple Dominican style meatballs, which is albondigas estilo dominicano. These taste so delicious with some white rice, beans on the side, a salad, or arroz con gandules, or moro de habichuela. Really, anything you want, but me, myself, I love them with white rice because the gravy is so delicious that I love it to go on my white rice. So basically, I'm going to show you what you put in your meatball and what we're going to need to make the sauce. So what I have is I have like about a pound and a half of 80% ground beef. And I'm going to put my seasonings. Now what's in the seasonings, I put a little adobo. I put one package of sazon. I put garlic. I put cumin. I put fresh pepper. And a teaspoon of salt. Oh, and a teaspoon of oregano. So you just throw your spices all in there. And I also have one egg. One egg. And I have a little less than a cup of breadcrumbs that I made myself. I'm actually gonna put a half a cup right now. So what you do is you're gonna start mixing this up, and you're gonna mix it up really well till it kind of resembles kind of like pasty. Don't worry, it's not gonna be hard because the meatballs actually will help that meat tenderize. So when you eat your meatballs, they taste really nice and soft. So I'm gonna mash that up right now, but I just wanted to show you the other ingredients. These are the ingredients that I'm going to use to make the sauce, the guisado that is going to guisar it. So first what I do is I'm going to fry the meatballs up, and not in a lot of oil, because even though it's 80% ground beef, it still has a little bit of fat in it. So really, you don't need to put a lot of olive oil, trust me, just a little bit. So this is what I'm going to use. I have 1 big tablespoon of my homemade sofrito. I cut up a few onions, a few peppers. You could always use white onion and green peppers, up to you. But today I have red onion and red pepper, so that's what I'm using. Just a few little slices for flavor, because that sofrito has all that flavor. I'm going to use 1 big spoon of my Goya alcapurriado, which is basically olives, capers, and red peppers marinated in a brine. I'm going to use 1 small tomato sauce and 1 tablespoon of the tomato paste. And I have this sazon ranchero, which is a liquid seasoning. I love it. I'm going to use about half a tablespoon to a tablespoon. We'll see. Don't put too much of that because that's really powerful, and it has like a lot of vinegar, so you don't want it to just overpower your gravy. Alright, so what we do first is I'm going to keep working on my meatballs, and I'll come back when they're formed. Alright? Great, so here I have my pan nice and hot. I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil, just a tiny bit. Just basically to make sure the meatballs don't stick. And I'm going to start adding them. And see, I've made all my meatballs. Now basically what you want to do is you want to brown them on all sides and then remove them. And then in the same pan is where we're going to start working on our gravy. But what we're going to do is, if you get a lot of oil left over, you're going to remove some of it. We don't need all of it. We just need a little bit to fry up our sofrito and our onion and pepper. Wow, the minute they hit the pan, they already started smelling delicious. So this is such a yummy recipe. And another thing is, you can make these meatballs with turkey meat. I'm using beef, but you can also use turkey meat. Turkey meat, to me, if you season them properly, it still comes out delicious. Now the only difference is that if you're going to use turkey meat, I would use a little bit of water. I noticed that when I make turkey burgers or turkey meatballs, it always helps to add a little bit of water to keep them moist. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fry this up, and I'm going to come back when they're nice and browned. Smells delicious. So your meatballs are ready. I just want to show you all that oil that builds up. You see that? We only put a tiny bit of oil, but because the meat, all that oil comes out. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove half of that oil. We don't want to have a greasy gravy, remember. So what I do now is I'm going to remove my meatballs, and I'm just going to remove half the oil, and then I'm going to start making the rest of the sofrito for our delicious gravy. Great, so here I have my ingredients set up. Now when you add your sofrito, be careful because it does jump up at you. I'm going to add my peppers and onions. I'm adding, it's about a teaspoon of the sazon ranchero, and I'm going to move that around. We're just going to fry that up for like about 2 minutes till that onion gets just a little soft and that sofrito, all those flavors come out. Oh, it smells so good in here. So this is so simple. So simple, but it has so much Latino flavor. And today, as you may notice, I'm cooking in a hot pot today. So you see, you can make everything anywhere. So today I'm cooking in a hot pot, making some delicious Dominican style meatballs, albondigas estilo dominicano. So I got that frying up. I'm gonna add my little bit of acapurriado, just a little. Because actually, I'm not making a ton of gravy because it's only a few meatballs, but I decided to just make it all in the same pot so I could get the delicious little droppings of the meat. I love my sofrito. I just love it. It's so good. You can check out my YouTube channel and you can find that sofrito recipe. Homemade, delicious. So now we're almost at the stage we want to be. That's when I drop in my spoon of tomato paste and mix it around. Smells so good in here. And at the same time, I've already opened my can of tomato sauce. So what we're going to do with the tomato sauce, we're going to pour it and then we're going to fill that same can with a can of water. And then we're going to let that boil and cook for about 5 to 8 minutes before we add the meatballs. Then when we add the meatballs, we let it cook another 15 minutes to 20 minutes, we'll say. So, it could get all those flavors. And we are done. Oh, this smells so delicious. Alrighty. We're just going to wait another minute or so. So good. I hope you've been watching my videos, making my delicious recipes that are basically Latino recipes, but like I always tell you, you make them your own. There we go. Okay, now I'm ready to add my tomato sauce. And I'm going to add 1 can of water. I'm actually going to add a half a can more. And that's it. No more water. Sorry for the noise. Alrighty. Mix all that really well in. So remember, we're going to let this simmer, boil, and then simmer for like 5-8 minutes. And then we're going to add our meatballs. Yummy. We're almost there. Great. So my sauce has been cooking for about 8 minutes. Another thing I wanted to tell you about the meatballs was I basically just browned them. I didn't fully cook them because since they're going to keep cooking in the sauce. But if you do decide to make turkey, then you have to cook them fully because, it's poultry. So as you can see, our sauce hasn't thickened yet, but it smells so good in here. And also I didn't add salt yet, but we're going to add that right now. First, we're going to taste our sauce. First, we're going to add our meatballs. There we go. We're going to move that around. And now, we are going to taste the sauce. Looking great. I'm going to taste it. Yeah, it definitely needs a little salt. I'm going to add about half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to move that around. And we are going to cook that for 15 to 20 minutes. And then it should be done. So I just wanted to show you our meatballs are ready. We're going to taste the gravy. Oh my gosh, delicious. So here go our delicious meatballs. I'm actually going to pair these today with a white rice, red beans I made, Dominican style beans, and a piece of avocado. But we're going to try one. Nice and soft inside. That gravy, so crazy. Mmm, so good. So good and so much flavor. The meatballs of the yummy gravy. Actually, I'm eating it with a little concon, which is the crispy rice. Look at that. Yummy. I'm having it with some beans. And I added a little Puerto Rican in there. I'm putting some banana. So I just want to show you. That gravy is my favorite part. Mmm. So good. So good. Mmm. Yummy. Yummy. That gravy is the bomb. Well, I hope you enjoyed this quick recipe. Super easy, super delicious, full of Latino flavor. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And you can have it any way. You can have that with arroz con gandules, moro, black beans, anything you want. But me, I actually love it with white rice. Excuse me, with just white rice. But today I made some beans. Look at that. Oh, that gravy's so good. And because I didn't really use oil, the gravy didn't come out oily. So that's always a plus. Mmm. Wow, so good. Please keep watching my videos. Keep subscribing. Keep leaving comments. Don't forget to join my Instagram page, my Facebook. And keep cooking delicious. Thank you.